this was a good attempt. Sonnets are 14-line rhyming poems with very set structure. William Shakespeare, the noted British poet, was very famous for sonnets, but I think he was actually more famous for his plays, such as Romeo and Juliet. You may have heard of Shakespeare. In fact, I'm hoping you have. A free verse poem does not have a fixed poetic meter and is usually unrhymed lines of different lengths. So a free verse poem, you can do pretty much whatever you want. And the American poet Walt Whitman is really famous actually for writing free verse. So I kind of come up with my own styles of poetry, and that's one of the really cool things about poetry is that you really have a lot of choice in what you do. So my typical style would be an A-B rhyme scheme, stanzas of 4 lines with 3 to 4 stanzas. Now that is just something I like writing, but if you prefer couplets with an A-B rhyme scheme with 8 couplets and 1 line following, then that would be cool too. So, or if you want a poem that is totally unrhymed, anything really goes in. Free verse allows you to do whatever you want. Limericks are 5-line poems that are usually, humorous. The rhyme scheme is usually A-A-B-B-A. Actually, that's one of the characterizing things of a limerick. And so limericks are there's actually a very famous person who writes limericks, and that is William Lear. And I would also advise you to read some limericks. If you are feeling down and you want something humorous, then limericks are a good pick-me-up. So here is actually a limerick of my own. I thought that you would like the pie, for at least I had the will to try. But yes, the burnt crust is too hard, and the filling is just lard. Oh well, at least you didn't die. So, as you can see, pie, try, hard, lard, and die. Here's some vocabulary for poetry. Meter, if you've been wondering what I've been talking about, what is meter exactly? Is an arranged pattern of rhythm in a line of verse. So meter really is what's controlling the way a poem sounds. And the way something sounds is really important in poetry, because when you're making a story, well, you do want it to sound good, but that's not the primary thing. It's mostly about the storyline and the plot. Now, when you're writing a poem, sound is really one of the most important things. How it reads, how it sounds when it's read aloud is very important in a poem. Stanza is a number of lines of verse forming a separate unit within a poem. So, for instance, what I like to do is 4 lines of verse. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have a space and 1, 2, 3, 4. So each one of these is a stanza. And here's an activity, and actually this is one that you can do on your own. And remember when I was talking about how fun it is to exaggerate? Well, using the idea you came up with when I was talking about things you could exaggerate, you can write a poem. And I hope that you have probably written 3 to 4 poems by the end of this segment already. And so I would like to end on the note that I really hope that you are trying your own poetry, because poetry is really one of the most interesting kinds of writing, I think. And there are really many ways to write a poem. There are many subjects to write about and many types of feelings and emotions to express. Poetry is fun to write and wonderful to read. Thank you very much for watching. Let your creativity flow starting from now. For more resources, please visit my website, adorasweettalk.com. And to request my poetry and writing presentations for your class, please visit cilc.org and type Adora on the search bar. You can also visit my writing website, www.writewithadora.com, for writing resources. And Adrian, are we going to do our little rap about dancing fingers, yo? Yo, man, buy Dancing Fingers now. Go to
www.adorasweettalk.com.
A.
Yeah.
A-D.
O-R-A-S-V-I-T-A-K.com.
Yo!
Perfect.
That was most ridiculous.
Stop.
It already had.
Okay, good job, good job. That went over 10 minutes. Yeah.
Oh man, do you know, I improvised everything for Stolen Goods. I am sorry, I sounded so terrible.